Mary and Peggy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's glad to see some new faces on here. How fun. So, hi, Mary.
It looks
And
like
and
Peggy is a consultant.
yeah, Peggy, are you is your director Mary? See if she can come off of mute. We would love to know. Peggy's our first time. Let's see. Let's see if we can get Peggy unmuted.
Yes.
Peggy is with me. Mary, is Peggy a guest or a consultant? Ah, there comes Peggy. Okay, so Mary is Peggy's director. And Peggy, you are so pretty. Look at that pretty face. We're glad you're here. So good. Well, okay, these calls are fun. They're short, they're sweet, they're powerful. And here comes Kim Henkel and Zano. So, hold on one second. Okay, ready? Joining us. Okay, hi Kim and welcome. So yeah, Alicia and I are love to do these 5 and 5. We started doing them, gosh, what, back in October maybe, I think, or November. And so we do twice a month, 2 Saturdays a month. And we have ours scheduled for March, so you can jot this down. So this is Eastern time. So our March ones are going to be, whoops, sorry about that. Okay, March 7th, this will be fun. And we always theme it around, like the ones for March are going to be, St. Patrick's Day, lucky skincare products. So, and the 21st, okay? So the 14th and the 21st are going to be, wait a minute, is that what we said?
Se- seventh and
March
21st.
7th and 21st. Sorry about that, because I know we have career conference. So good morning, everybody. Alicia Westfancher and myself, Maggie Rader, and we're excited. We have Mary Robeson here, our director friend, and Sue Overmeyer, amazing consultant, Kim Henkel-Zano, amazing consultant, and Peggy Stokes. So here's what we're going to do. Since we have no guests, we're just going to rock and roll. And I love these events because the idea is that you can bring all your guests here and everybody is welcome, but also that you will learn how to do what we do so that you could actually go out and be able to do your own with your customers. And so they're fun, they're quick, they're easy. And we have, in fact, Alicia, I'm going to turn it over to you for you to tell what amazing, really, results we've had from the inception of this.
Yeah, so I've been doing these a lot with my customers and their guests, and I've had really great results. So when we started doing these Saturdays, not every Saturday do I get guests, or obviously do we all get guests, but it's nice to have it available. So I had a woman that I had just met at an event I had set up for, and I was like, hey, why don't you gave her sample, and I was like, hey, why don't you hop on the Saturday Zoom and check it out and learn a little bit more about Mary Kay and some products and different things. So she jumped on, fortunately, and her camera was off. I think she was hiding in her bed, and which is fine. And so I didn't even know what she looked like because I met her the one time, but I met lots of people. Um, Within 30, well, so part of why these are great is that when they're texting you the responses, I can follow up easily. I say, okay, awesome. I'm going to call you as soon as this is over. Give me a sec. It's just, it's not like, can I call you? It's like, I'm calling you. So I called her as soon as we hung up. I couldn't even get to Maggie. I'm like, hold on, Maggie. Um, she came to my house within an hour, and I talked about the travel size skincare, so she bought that. And then while she was here, I was like, let me, because she was talking about her face issues, and I said, let me do a quick demo of the deep wrinkle filler, and she ended up buying that too. So it's close to $100 order, and that came from the Saturday.
Yep. And Kim Henkel-Zano, who is here with us today, she has gotten a new team member who is active and working. And then you've also had a couple good sales, Kim. Is that right? Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Leslie joined, and I did invite several people, but it must have been, not able to make it. One
It's
responded back.
finally warm.
Yeah, yeah, really. It's nice and they want to get outside.
Yeah, Rudy was, can I see a crocus today? I'm going on a walk afterwards, and I'm like, I'm going to be on high crocus alert today.
Well, the daffodils are starting to sprout, and we've got some trees in the back getting buds. So,
Yay. Okay, well, let's rock and roll. Alicia, take it away.
All right. So, good morning, ladies. Thank you for joining our Zoom. I'm super excited to share some of our 5 favorite products. These are a little bit seasonal, but also year-round products. So, what I'd love for you to do is text your consultant or message however you've been communicating with her. Go ahead and send her one of the following: either like it, love it, or must have it. Okay, and you want to send the name of the product as I'm talking about it so that she knows which product you're referring to. Okay, so here we go. Super excited about the brand new hydrating cream mask. Can you see that bottle? This stuff is amazing. I'm so sorry. There's my dogs again. Somebody's at the door. That's what they always get on the door, come to the door when I'm on these Zooms with you guys, Maggie. Okay, so anyway, so back to my product. Here we go. So this is amazing for hydration. So the way I've been thinking about it, because unlike probably a lot of people that I keep hearing about this time of year, I'm still oily. So, but what customers and consultants are saying is that this is super hydration, but not sticky or tacky. And it's like a leave-on conditioner for your hair. It's a leave-on, no rinse mask. So with hyaluronic acid and shea butter. And so you can actually pat that over your skin when you say you have foundation on. So throughout the day, you can add that on. So this has been getting rave reviews. Next product I want to move on to is also for dry skin, maybe not so much for your face, more for maybe spots on your face if you have extreme dryness, but elbows, knees, feet. Okay, and this is the product that started our company. It's called Extra Emollient Night Cream, and I'm not going to squirt it out because this is a new bottle, but it's very, very thick and rich, and it just super absorbent. My kids got cradle cap when they were little, and I put it up there, and it helped to remove that. This stuff is amazing. So again, maybe not necessarily for your face, a little bit. I do have one woman that does use it on her whole face still, but more for body dryness. But now we're going to move on to spring because it's coming, and it's coming fast apparently. And the next one I want to show you is CC cream. This becomes, I do have customers that use it year round, but this becomes very popular in my sales from like April through September. It's quick, it's easy, it's a pump. So you just put like maybe 2 pumps. It's designed to rub it in with your hands, rub it all over your face, and it will give you excellent coverage. It's called CC is complexion correction. So it's still going to give you good coverage, but maybe not quite as much as a foundation. So that's why people like it in the spring and summer months. It is quick and easy. You can use a brush if you want, but it's not necessary with something like this. It's, boom, out the door you go. It gives you maybe a little bit of a glow when you're wearing it. Okay, now let's talk eyes. So a lot of women wear eye makeup, and even if they don't, it's still important to clean the area around your eyes because you want to look up eye mites, and that's going to encourage you to use this, our eye makeup remover. And you probably can't see too well, but there's a little line here. Okay, and so it's because there's 2 different parts to our eye makeup remover, so you just shake it up because your eyes don't know the difference. And it's going to remove water and oil-based eye makeup. So if you have waterproof products on your eyes, it will take those off. And you just hold your little cotton round on your eyes for a few seconds. You don't want to start rubbing right away. You just hold gently and let it rub off. And we even have a billboard because this stuff is so amazing. We have a billboard in Texas that promotes this product. We are the number one. Well, we're the number one brand of skincare and color in the world for direct sales, but we are also the number one and then some on this product. So be sure you're texting your consultant your responses. Last product I want to share is our eye patches. Okay, and you got to be careful, y'all, when you're tilting these because liquid will drop out. So be careful if you're showing them in your camera. So I just tilt them a little bit. Okay, so these cooling eye patches are going to help with what? Who has bags under their eyes? Yes. Okay, so this is great for eye bags. That you can put them in the fridge if you want, but you just let them sit on there, and I mean, instantly when you take them off, see a difference. And I do like to have people do before and after pictures, or even just do one eye. And I will tell you the really funny story before I finish. So my husband has discovered these, and so he comes down the steps and he's got them on, and we're so used to it, it's not even a conversation anymore. And so we're headed up to church. We go pick my mom up, and she whispers to me, she goes, "Does he know he has those on his eyes?" I say, "Yes, Mom, he does, and he's going to take them off as soon as we get out of the car." So it's really cute. But and my son, who's a teenager, he's in high school, he also uses these sometimes for his eyes, not for puffiness, but just to make them look more awake and alert. So those are your 5 faves. I hope you found something that you love, and be sure you're texting your consultant. Thank you.
Ah, yay, Alicia, since it's just consultants today,
Mhm.
I need to ask you, are you the brilliant one that sent me faves in the form of our opportunity? You came
Yes,
up with that?
yes, yes.
Okay, see, this is why I love Mary Kay, because we are not alone, okay? We're in business for ourselves, but we're never by ourselves. And Alicia, so what we do is we do 5 faves. So Alicia does 5 fave products. Well, she's so smart. She came up and sent me yesterday 5 faves of the opportunity. So we can I think I've officially renamed this whole event 5 faves. 5 faves of products, 5 faves of the opportunity. So here we
And
go.
I'm
Right?
very proud of my
Yes.
brain. I did not use Chat GPT to come up with it. I dug deep to come up with, and try to do that sometimes, because we don't want to lose our brain cells
I
to
know,
Chat
right? I
GPT. Like,
know.
we still need
Get
to
lazy. Yep.
think. Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of when you were a kid, hey mom, how do you spell this, or what does that mean? Look at the
Well,
dictionary.
look.
Get off ChatGPT.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. What does Peggy say? Peggy says, I love how simple you are. Yes, with the products. And that is it. You know what? People have about a 30-second span of interest, keeping their interest. So good
And
morning,
they
everybody.
don't,
So
and they,
go
hold
ahead.
on one second. And they don't care necessarily about ingredients, right? Like, if they have a nut allergy, they might ask you, or they have different things. But I do like to occasionally throw in, like, shea butter, for example,
Yep.
or like the peel with the glycolic acid, like
Yep.
maybe one buzzword, but you really can overdo it. So yeah, that's a great point.
Yep. And you know what? For you can always just take your lookbook. This is what I like to do. And if you once you decide which 5 products you're going to share, you know what? Just go through your lookbook and highlight the buzzwords, because the buzzwords are right here in our lookbook. So you can just highlight those buzzwords. And I think favorite words for all of us that we've learned over the years in Mary Kay's, when somebody does say, a customer does say, what ingredients are in that, or is this ingredient in it? Guess
Mhm.
what? All you got to do is look at her and smile and say, you know what, Kim? I don't know, but I'm going to find out and get back with you. Famous last words. Okay, so here we go. So 5 faves of the opportunity. Number 1, F, faves. Flexibility. This is so fun. It makes it even easier and more fun, right? Flexibility. Oh my gosh. I think all of us are already in Mary Kay and we know the flexibility.
Mhm.
Sue with 40 plus years, Kim with 30 plus years, Mary, Alicia with, I know 20 plus years, me with 40 plus years. Peggy, I'm not sure about you, but the point is, we've lived through all kinds of life, and it's always this: our faith, our
30.
family, our career. And it really has been that way. And so that's what I love about this business is the flexibility. No matter where you are in life, no matter what age, no matter what's going on, the flexibility is such a huge piece of why I love this opportunity. Then the next letter in faves is A, and that stands for advancement. Oh, Alicia, you're so smart. Advancement. We can advance at our own pace in the business. We can build whatever we want it to be. We can choose to be a great consultant and make money from sharing the products. We can choose to be a friends and family consultant and get our own products at cost. And I always say, you know what? Have a few friends and family that use the products and they'll pay for your supply. That's a good deal, right? Or you can choose to promote yourself to red jacket, to director, to national sales director. And if that is your desire. And so, guess what? The only person that gets to make that decision is you. So, I love that about our advancement opportunity. Number 3 is the V. I love this. value, the product discount, which I kind of already addressed, but I mean, seriously, who wouldn't want to get their favorite premier products at 50% off? You know what? I mean, I can't even imagine somebody leaving this company because I don't know about you guys, but I probably use about $400 worth a month on my face. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, just for the blessing of being able to get wonderful products and knowing where they're made and knowing what's in them and knowing that they're not going to, turn our face some crazy color. So, and that's a real issue today. So, anyway, the value, the product discount. How about E, excitement? I get so excited about being able to work this business. I was tax count before Mary Kay. I was not excited about going into work every day. I was not excited when Monday came. Okay, I was one of those TGIF, miserable Monday, hump Wednesday. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, this will be fun. Get to see some happy faces, get to laugh a little bit, and then, on with my day. And I always feel that way with our with this opportunity. The money is incredible. In 40 years, we've been able to pay for our kids, graduated from college with no debt. Um, hubby got to retire early. Now we get to help our kids, our grandkids. You know what? And we have a gal in our unit who she takes all of her money and she donates it. She donates it to local charities and through her church. And that's what she loves to do. And so, you know what? No matter where you are at financially, Mary Kay can fill the bill for you. And of course, cars. I think all of us on here have driven cars. We ought to add up our cars, but it's fun driving free. I personally haven't made a car payment in 40 years. I earned my first free car 6 months after I started, and that is a huge blessing. Okay, how about, and to me personally, I really, they're all wonderful, but the last one, S, faves. Do you love this? I just am so excited about this, Alicia. Flexibility, advancement, value, excitement, and S, self confidence. I am here to tell you that when I started in this company, I could not speak in front of people. I had a lot of anxiety issues. My was my first party because that was my nieces. My second one, I think, was a couple of friends, but the third real one, I actually had a panic attack. There was a nurse there and she had to put me in a recliner and she put a cold compress on my forehead. Luckily, Mary Kay is so simple because while I was sitting in the recliner, she was a nurse, and nurses like Kim, are just so efficient. So she just stood at the table and says, put this on, take this off. Doesn't your skin feel good? Because she already used Mary Kay and she knew how simple it was. What's the big deal, right? And so I did recover, if you want to know the rest of the story. And two of the gals are still with me all these years later. So, but the self-confidence and personal growth is huge. And I have always said that I think that's what Mary Kay is. It's a personal improvement program in so many ways. So that is the 5 faves of our opportunity. It is 35 to get started. That gives you a website and it gives you everything you need. I mean, literally, if you paid for the training, once you become a consultant, the online training is unbelievable. Gives you everything you could ever need to know and then some. You have support of all your sister consultants. We have a weekly Zoom meeting. We have company events. There's so much ongoing training and ongoing support. So you never have to worry. Again, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. So 35 to get started, no quotas, no territories. If you have friends and family anywhere in this country, you can build your business with customers, with team members, and I love that part about it. So here's what you get to pick this time. You get to pick the letter A, B, C. So this is what you're going to text to your consultant who invited you on today. And A says, you know what? Absolutely. I am ready. I want to go for this. I've been praying for something, looking for something, and I'm just going to dive in. I'm going for it. The letter B says, I am, oops.
Buy me a cup of coffee.
Thank you. I covered it over with my marker when I was writing down the five faves. Buy me a cup of coffee. Or talk to me on the phone or chat with me, in a couple of minutes when we're all done. There you go. And we can drink our tea or coffee together. And you know what? You can ask me questions, and I will give you as much information as you need to make a decision. The letter C says, you know what? It could be for me down the road, around the bend, but not right now. I would just love to be your customer. And you know what? Maybe I'll be a talent scout for you too. If I know anybody that is looking for something, I will definitely let them know. So, but I really am glad to learn everything about the company. So A, B, or C. And so that's it from my end. And I think I go back over to Alicia now.
Well, that actually wraps us up. So thank you for being on. Okay, so I would just end it, but do we have any
Yeah.
consistency consultants?
Questions
Do we
or
have any
comments
questions
while
or
we're here for a few minutes? And did you see that took exactly 20 minutes?
it always does. I
Uh,
think we always end right at like 20 to
mhm,
22.
mhm. So
Mhm.
you've just given everything about products. You've given everything about the opportunity, short, sweet, not pushy. Yep, it's
And
perfect.
I do want to add in like, so I did a Zoom the other day, and I was on for like 15 minutes, I think. I didn't do marketing. So you can do marketing every time, but this was a brand new group of women. And I didn't want them to feel like, oh my gosh, she's showed us just barely 5 products and now she's trying to recruit us.
Yep,
So I did not do that part.
yep,
Um, that's completely up to you, but don't feel like you have to do both each
yep,
time.
yep. That's right. Yeah, and yeah, it's you get to tailor it to your audience. Let me
Mhm.
just read the comments here. Mary Robeson says, "Good morning. Peggy is with me." And yep, there we go. Peggy is. Oh, Peggy, I bet you are a wonderful person because you know what? Mary's a wonderful person. And so whoever is with Mary is wonderful. So Peggy says, "Thank you. Love to watch to see how others do a 5 and 5. I love how simple you are with it. With the products, I'm way too detailed. Trigger words, Peggy says. Brilliant Maggie, 30 years. Sue says, I can't afford me otherwise. And Kim says, you know it. Peggy says, love this. Mary says, yes, I love this. Thank you, Maggie, for letting us join. Of course. Yeah, I checked with Alicia because she and I are partners in crime on our events and our Mondays. So yeah, it's the two of us here together. Peggy says, thank you for this. I'm so appreciative. Any more questions, comments before we say goodbye and go look for crocuses? You are welcome. And seriously, you're always welcome to join us. The more, the merrier. Um, So yeah, I think, what is that? What's that saying that says there are no coincidences, there's only God incidents? And I do think that just for us to be here today and see your smiling faces just makes my heart happy. So thank you for that and have a blessed day. And here, this is how we close our meetings. We'll close it today. You ready? We just pretend we're all standing together in a circle at seminar or wherever and we're live, and so we can just put our hands in the middle of the circle, our right hand, and what do we say? We say we are
All
all in.
in.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.